This is a Sandy Boy Productions podcast.
I can't do the race without crying either.
Well.
But it's like tears of like, I know he's proud of me.
Welcome to Finish Lines and Milestones, a podcast for everyday runners. I am your host, Allie Bretnocker, and if you run, you're a runner, and every runner has a story. Join me each week as I share these stories and we celebrate finish lines and milestones together. This episode is brought to you by Sweathouse Contrast Therapy Studios and Killa. More on them in a minute, but for today's episode, if you're local to Central Indiana, you may know Jeanette Ray as the owner of the local sweat houses around town. It is certainly one of the fastest growing wellness brands in the area. She started it after losing 120 pounds, actually more than 120 pounds. She turned grief over her dad's glioblastoma diagnosis into a reason to run one of our local races, the Indy Mini, in his honor every single year. So we talk all about Jeanette's weight loss journey and how a layoff turned her entire life upside down and turned her onto this path of entrepreneurship and wellness. We'll talk, of course, about contrast therapy, what it is, why you should try it. There's a discount code for you in this episode. And we also talk about her upcoming HYROX debut. I'm super curious about that. Enjoy this conversation with Jeanette. Welcome, Jeanette. We're here.
We're here. Yeah, you can call me Jeanette, J-Ray.
J-Ray, I like. Do a lot of people call you that?
Yeah. It's
That's
easy
cool.
for like Starbucks and...
Right. It's hard to mess that up.
People say, oh, what's your name? Can I put your name on this? And I'm like, J-Ray.
Yeah, just put J. Ray, because if I say my name, you're going to...
Mess it up.
You're going to mess it up somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited we get to know each other better today.
I am too. Thank you for reaching out to me.
Absolutely.
Gosh, what? April?
Yeah, I don't even know
March?
when that was. Like just randomly too.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was preparing for this event that I hosted with Lindsay Heim for the Indy Mini. And we were looking for sponsors. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, Sweathouse would be so cool.
Yeah.
So then I Googled and I found you and I just sent you a DM. And you were kind enough to respond and work with us. And now we're friends.
Yeah.
And in the Dunk Club.
And in the Dunk Club, the Indy Dunk Club.
The Indy Dunk Club.
We need to get it going around.
Got to get like a, like a bulletin board or something in the studio.
Of
where it's like it has to be posted on the internet for it to be like an official dunk.
Yes.
I love
Okay.
that
Duly
idea.
noted.
Love that idea. Or like the Sweathouse necklace that you have on. We'll just do Dunk Club. People will be like, what the hell is that?
Okay.
So
yes.
let's just talk about Sweathouse right out of the gate because that's how we know each other.
Yes.
And tell people, how you got it. We'll go the whole backstory too.
Let's go back to 2019. I decided I was in the hospitality industry, driving everywhere, going to all these hotels. I needed to lose weight, so I started losing weight. So that's where it all started, losing weight, needing to get healthy for myself. And then COVID happened, and that kind of messed everything up. So I thought.
Right.
So
I know
I thought.
it really didn't. It made your life so great eventually.
It was the turning point and has changed my life forever.
Same.
But I called my husband and I said, I lost my job, crying, sobbing. And he said, were you in a car accident? Are you okay? And I said, yeah, no, I wasn't in a car accident. Yes, I am okay. And he said, well, then whatever you're going to tell me is fine. We'll get through it.
Oh, that's...
And so I lost my job. So then,
So you were let go because of the pandemic.
Because of the pandemic. Because I traveled for the business that I worked for, and that was no longer needed. I didn't need to give training to...
Yeah, in person to people.
There were no employees at the hotels. So that started. So I continued the health journey. I got my personal trainer's license.
So wait, back to getting let go during COVID.
Yeah.
When COVID was like starting to happen and you could see it coming, did you ever think like, oh, this is gonna cost me my job? Or
No, because I called myself a lifer. And I was like, I'm never leaving this job. I love it. I love what I do. I love working with the people. I love training them on how to give everyone what they need and want while they're staying at the hotels. And so I really never thought that I would leave. But I got walked into the office and
at that point, were you like, oh, this is not good? Or were you just like, oh, they're
I just thought it was a meeting.
Oh my God.
My boss was there and then her boss. and my boss starts crying.
Oh, shoot.
So then I kind of figured something was going on. But what I am proud of myself is I told them, if you let me go, I will never come back. Are you sure you want to let me go?
Good for you.
And sure enough, like 2-3 months down the road, they're calling, asking me to come back. And I'm like,
I told you and I meant it.
yeah.
That says a lot about you.
I was like, if you don't believe in me, or, you know,
if you can't find, I mean, you worked for what, Marriott? Or
well, it was a company out of Indianapolis that owns Marriott, IHG, and Hilton hotels.
Okay.
So throughout the Midwest.
Got it.
So at that point, it was probably about 37, 40 hotels.
Okay.
So I would travel to them and do customer service.
I see what you mean. Okay.
And make sure that all the employees were up to date on their Hilton or their Marriott training.
And so at that time, before you lost weight, tell us a little bit about how you were feeling in your body at that time.
Ugh.
Like,
I loved my life, just not how I was physically. I grew up playing sports, and so I was always very active. And so I think I was to a point where, you know, you get to a point where you're in your career and you're loving what you're doing, but then you go home and you're just exhausted and you're tired and you're kind of miserable. So I had gotten to that point, and I told Leonard, I got this thing in the mail. It was, it's called Ideal Protein.
okay.
Look it up. I don't know if I suggest it for everyone to do the weight loss, but it was through my OBGYN. So every week I was getting checked, you know,
Wow.
weighed in, checked. I would get my food, take it home, you know.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd recommend it because I couldn't work out because of the calorie deficit that I was in.
Okay, so it was pure like food
eating
at the beginning.
Yeah. Which it really taught me how to eat,
Yes.
which I take that away from it. But I don't, now I look at it and I'm like, there's no way I could do that because I'm so active.
Right.
I work out so much.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't work for me now, but it worked for me then.
Yeah. I think that's important because people will be like, oh my gosh, you lost this much weight? I should do that.
Well, and people tell me, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to do what you did. And I'm like, one, you really have to want yourself, not, you know, because I did it, you have to want it for yourself. People will say, oh my gosh, I saw your, you know, Instagram post that, you know, this before and after picture.
Yeah.
But you have to do it because it's not a week, you know, you've got to, it's about a year process of losing and watching how you eat.
And you were married at the time, I'm assuming,
Yeah.
to Leonard. And so how was that? Because I know my husband's the worst eater. Like so I couldn't, it'd be hard.
Yeah. Well, I would make him food and I would make me food.
Oh my gosh,
So,
you're a saint.
Yeah. But that, I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
You know, it worked and he was proud of me and what I was doing. And so, you know, it just kind of worked out. It sounds weird now because I'm like, oh my gosh, I was making two meals.
Well, I do that for my kids sometimes.
But,
so
you know,
it's not crazy. Yeah.
So, but it worked.
Yeah. Dang. And so at the end of the day, you've lost
Over
how much?
120 pounds.
It's crazy.
But I still fluctuate.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, I think probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I gained some of it back. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm eating the same way. I'm working out the same way. But what it ended up, it was like hormones.
Yeah. You know, go down a whole rabbit hole about that.
I know.
It's like, you just feel like no matter
like,
what, just
what
crazy
can I
stuff
do?
happens.
Yeah.
And you're like, what in the world?
Yeah. So I went and got that checked out.
That was good. Yeah.
So that helped me. So now I'm on hormone replacement.
Yep.
Which is not bad.
My mom was like an early adopter of it.
Oh, really?
When it was not, like when people were like, don't do that.
I would have known.
You're right. Yeah. I've not gone down that path yet. My hormones at this moment, knock on wood, are
good
in a normal range.
Yeah.
But there's other things wrong with me. So it's fine. But
I feel like us as women, we kind of like think, oh, there's nothing we can do.
right.
You know?
Yeah.
But there is so much we can do.
I am so hopeful for my daughters that
Yeah.
like by the time they're my age that there will be a lot more research and understanding in women's health
and
general.
comfort in the acceptance of replacement hormones
Right.
or whatever it is.
Whatever it
they
is
need.
that helps you have a better life.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say.
Yeah, we could go on and on.
Right?
Yeah. So Okay, 120, more than 120 pounds.
Yeah.
So what was this period of time that it took you to then like get off enough weight to where then you started getting into the fitness side?
Probably about 6 months in, I started to walk.
Okay.
And we live downtown, so Mass Ave.
Yeah.
I would go over to Mass Ave and walk up and down Mass Ave. So that's really what it was until I could get back to eating carbs and stuff.
Right.
Which was at 9 months.
Okay. That's a long time.
It is.
You're amazing.
By that time, though, we had almost gotten into COVID.
Okay.
So then you got to think the gyms are closed.
Okay, yeah, I forgot to ask you the year this started.
Yeah, so
because in my brain I went back to the 2019. Okay,
it was February of 2019.
That is such a short amount of time. It feels like a short amount of time, but also a really long amount of time.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, and that's not normal. Like losing that much weight in that time. So I don't.
Right. Again, this is not a magic bullet.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, but that level of discipline.
But you kind of, once you get to that 9 months, then you start to bring carbs and sugars back in. And so when I did that, then I was able to start running. So I would run down Mass Ave and back, and that would be my workout for the day. But I would have to watch my heart rate because I still wasn't eating tons of calories.
Right.
I was gradually building, but I kind of had to watch where I was, and I may run and then have to walk because I could see where my heart rate was getting up. And
yeah, it's hard to have that level of patience, I'm sure.
Well, and then starting the whole COVID and not be like, that's all I had was walking and running.
Yeah.
Because we lived in an apartment and the gym was closed. So it wasn't like I had anything,
That's so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least it hit in spring and summer where you could be outside, and not be as miserable.
And it was amazing, though, because Mass Ave was closed.
At the moment you lost your job, like...
I went home and ran.
Okay, good. Yeah. I just feel like that's such a moment of like...
Yeah.
How do you react in that moment?
Go home, eat, cry.
Right.
Drink,
I know, like get
depressed.
ice cream and like cry on the couch.
And all I could think about was going home and running. To like get out of my head.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I run is kind of clarity for me.
Yeah.
And so that was all I could think of doing.
Okay, so when you were a kid and you were really active, like where did the weight come from?
I feel like it came from eating, but I feel like when you're in middle school and high school and you're playing sports, you're so active. Plus, like your body just kind of like
right.
everything
you can eat whatever you want.
You can eat whatever you want. Like I could eat Taco Bell, McDonald's, but then going into college and getting older and not being as active as I was, I just ate. Then meeting Leonard and we would go out to dinner and do this and do that.
Yeah.
And so I think it just kind of like grew over the years.
Yeah.
And I've always been like a real happy person. You get to a point and you're like, I just can't do anything. Like I can't run, I can't walk.
Well, and you traveled for your job. Did you mostly drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they were all within like 3 hours.
Okay. So you're not like on a plane miserable because that would be really hard.
Drive.
Yeah.
And then eating out.
Right. Because you're on the road and there's not a ton of great options. Still like not a ton.
No.
It's getting better.
And I would do training throughout the day. So it was like, what could I Uber Eats to myself?
Yeah.
McDonald's or, any kind of, any fast food or, nothing was ever healthy.
Right. Yeah.
But when I started this weight loss, I was fixing food at home to take with me on the road. And then I was making sure that where I was staying, I was being very strategic in like what hotels I would spend the night at because I wanted to make sure they had a refrigerator in the room so I could put my stuff in there. But I'm like, why wasn't I doing this, the whole time?
Well, of course you can say that now for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, it catches up with you. You're focused on so many other things. And then all of a sudden, you lose sight of that. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm really happy, but shoot.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you go to college?
I went to 1 year of USI.
Okay.
Down in Evansville.
Is that the
University of
Eagles?
Southern? Yes.
My husband got his MBA there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
my friend went there, actually.
So I went there for 1 year.
Okay.
There were maybe 3 people from my high school that went there. I had a great roommate. This is another crazy story. We lived in, they were apartments, but they were 2 rooms. So 2 girls in each room, and then we shared a kitchen. And we were with some upperclassmen. And one of our roommates turned 21. Went out, came back home. A friend brought her home, and she decided she needed to go to the gas station. And she left in the middle of the night or early morning, I don't even know, and went to the gas station, and on her way back, pulled out in front of a semi on the Lloyd Expressway and killed her.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah. And so... we continued that year.
Sheesh. How did you meet her as a roommate? Was it?
It was random.
Okay.
Random. She was from Jasper, Indiana, which is where my great grandma and my grandparents on my mom's side were from. So
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, Southern Indiana. For anybody who doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How long into this was? And it was your first year of college.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We had the opportunity. They have a freshman dorm.
Okay.
But there weren't enough rooms for all the freshmen.
Okay.
And so we opted to live in the apartments,
Right. Heck
you know?
yeah. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning.
Woke up to a Indiana State policeman or trooper or something coming to the door because her address was on
her license.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say.
I mean,
it was another pivotal moment of thinking, you're never going to drive while you're drinking, or
obviously you don't
lesson
wish that
learned
on anybody, but wow.
Yeah.
At that age to be able to learn that lesson and be like, well, okay.
Because I never really drank in high school.
Okay.
So
wow.
It was crazy.
That's nuts, Jeanette.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm just thinking gosh, then her family had to come clean out all her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't even remember that.
That's gotta be,
honestly.
Anyway, yeah, that's wild. I'm sorry that happened. That's insane. So is that why you left USI to go somewhere else?
No, let's be honest. I do not like school. Maybe I didn't get the grades that I was supposed to get. And so that was just 1 year.
And that was it?
That was it. Then, so I came back.
Okay.
My parents had a printing company, did all kinds of printing for Perry Township, local Center Grove, Disciples of Christ, all kinds of different cool things.
Large format, signs.
The polar bear run that used to be at Indy. They would do, what was it? KLA, Kenny Long.
Okay.
An associate.
This
is a long time ago. But so they did all their registration forms and all that stuff. That's cool. But came back and started working with them. That was kind of you're moving home, you're going to start working at the shop. And all I could think about was, I want to work. I want to be that person in the front that everybody says hi to. Yeah. So administrative assistant or... So I went to Indiana Business College, which is no more.
Okay.
But it was downtown. And I went and I got my associate's degree from them.
Wow. So. How was your relationship with your parents at that point? Were you pissed to come home? Or were you no, that makes sense?
No, it made sense.
Yeah.
When I went to college, you needed to know what you were going to do. You were supposed to know.
Which is insane to me.
I think now they want you to, but it's more, there's room to grow into what you want to do.
Yeah.
But before, I felt like you needed to go to school and you needed to know what you wanted to do. Yeah. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. I still don't know what I want to do.
Me either. I still don't know what I'm doing, for God's sake.
I know.
It is really interesting how that shift has I'm glad that it's happened.
Yeah.
But how in the world was I supposed to know?
Yeah.
And I always envied people who were like, I'm going to be a doctor. And then they went and became a doctor. And you're like, oh, well, that's cool. I have no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I had no idea. I kind of had this idea that I wanted to be the person in front that would greet you and, you know, make you comfortable and coming into whatever situation it was.
Did you have siblings?
I have a brother.
I have a brother. Okay.
And he is, I love you, Eric, but he is like the biggest nerd. So
I love
he
nerds.
probably
It's great to
got
be nerdy.
all the smarts and all the like technical smart, what I would call like technical smart. I got all the common sense.
Oh.
So I feel like
Which one would you rather? That's tough.
common
one.
sense.
Yeah, common sense is nice to have. No offense.
Sorry, Eric.
Yeah, I don't know him, but yeah, I
He's a great
understand
guy.
what you're saying.
But it's just like, you know,
Is he older or younger than you?
he's younger.
I was
He's
gonna-
7 years younger than me.
So you're allowed to say it's.
I'm
makes
allowed
more
to say
sense.
it,
You're
yeah,
the big sis.
yeah.
Eldest daughter.
Which he went to Purdue,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
engineer. He's a mechanical engineer. He works for a big company in
Super
Boston.
smart. Yeah.
Very smart. And, you know, that's great.
Yeah. So you got the common sense, and you're working for your mom and dad's print shop.
Yep.
So how long did you end up there?
I worked there, I want to say until 2008.
Okay.
I think it was about 2008.
And is that when you ended up getting into the hospitality stuff?
Yeah.
And then were you at the same company your entire hospitality career?
Yeah.
That is nuts. That's
Yeah.
a long time. What, over a decade?
Yeah. Well, okay, let's see. Because I worked for them for 10 years, so it would have been
Okay. Just about it. I mean,
yeah,
still, that's
2009,
crazy.
2010. Yeah.
Well, it puts into perspective what you shared about losing your job. Like you've
Yeah.
been there. That's like all you've ever known outside of your family business.
Yeah. Well, and I was so scared to leave
Yeah.
the family business, even though I knew I needed to. But the family business also, this is another random little fun fact about me. I met Leonard because he worked for International Papers, which is a paper company. He worked at RV Paper, which is like a little
Stop it.
small business from the International Paper Company. But he would carry my paper to my car. My dad would call in the order, and I would go get the paper, and he would bring it to my car. So, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
I love that story.
And so probably like 3 or 4 months of that.
You would like eventually like chat a little bit more each time.
And then he asked my dad if he could take me to lunch.
That's so cute.
Yeah. He also asked his regional what he thought,
Wow.
because my parents were such a big company.
Yeah, he
to
didn't
them.
wanna, smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, yeah, it's
No,
fine.
they said no. Yeah. The regional is like, no, because you can't lose this business that you have.
So then did he not?
No, he did.
That's great. Good job, Leonard.
He was like, I appreciate it, but I think I'm going to risk it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
And it worked out.
So what prompted you to leave the family business then?
I just wanted to like not see my parents every day.
Sounds fair.
I love them.
Love my parents. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, I love my
But it's a
parents.
lot. That
Yeah.
would be a lot.
It was a lot. And it was hard to, especially with Leonard, you know, being the supplier of the paper, every conversation was around work.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that
It
makes
was a
sense.
lot.
That
So
makes complete sense.
we got married. I think I worked there for like a year or two more. And then you know, how do you go to interviews for the business, you know?
Right. Did you just have to tell her, hey, I'm going to start looking for a job?
Yeah. So
that
I
makes sense.
initially
I mean,
said
how
I'm
could
going to
you-
look for like a part-time job.
To kind of ease them into it, maybe?
Yeah. And then knowing that it wasn't going to be part-time, like knowing that I was looking for a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then I just stumbled upon this, and I think I had like 2 or 3 interviews, and that's how it all started.
Wow. And so back to the running part of your life. So you did sports, and then you really weren't active at this point. Did you ever do like the mini or anything? When did that start for your family?
I would walk the mini. So my dad started probably the first or second mini that had ever happened when they would finish at the track.
So cool.
Yeah. And and it was always during school.
Yeah, because
it was on Fridays.
which is weird to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I would, they would leave before I'd go to school. You know, we'd kind of be on our own that day. And so that's how he
were
would start
exposed to
doing
that
that.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I went to school, that's when I started, when I went to college, that's when I started doing them. And so we would walk, I'd walk with my mom and my aunt.
Wow.
And so we would do that. And then when my dad got sick, we would walk the 5K that had just kind of started because it wasn't always, they didn't always have the other options.
Right.
So he would run the mini, and then he got sick. And so we walked a few, and then now we do it in his honor.
Yeah. Which I learned that when I really first met you.
Yeah.
At the mini event.
Yeah.
We were chatting and I'm doing the race in honor of my dad.
I can't do the race without crying either.
Well.
But it's like tears of like, I know he's proud of me.
Yeah.
And then I FaceTime my mom when I do the finish line.
Okay. Well,
and that's a hot mess.
Don't make me cry.
That's a hot mess express. Right. I'm doing it, and I can't breathe. You know.
You're like gonna make me cry. Wow. Yeah, that's really special.
Yeah. So we did a few years, and we did it with glioblastoma, and we raised a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
And that we all had shirts, and my dad has a friend that he ran with, Carla, and she has ran, I think this year was her 40th, and that's it. She's done.
Okay.
But yeah, she ran all of them with my dad.
Older. That's so cool.
And they would train together, which they really, my dad was so busy with the business, and so it wasn't that easy to train. So sometimes his training was really nothing.
Right.
Not like today. I feel like today people are very, you have an app or you have ways to train.
Yeah, right. Then people didn't know what they know now, too. Yeah. That's
so he
wild.
would just go and do it.
I feel like that's what my parents my mom probably always trained for her when she did it, but my dad probably didn't sometimes because they had a business too.
Yeah. Okay.
Had a business, yeah.
What was that?
Software company.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I worked at the front desk. So there's some.
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I relate to some of that because you're like, I know I always thought that I would I was the only one in I can't remember if my other sisters ever worked there, but I was the only one that worked there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Maybe my sister worked
and that
the
was
summer.
me because my brother, he did a little bit after school, but
yeah, like I would intern there in the summers and then, but I don't know. I felt like my parents never were like, you're going to come run this business or,
but you felt like,
but I felt like I
what
should.
You were supposed to do. Yeah.
And so I never worked there full time, but I spent some time there, and then I worked in the software industry for a long time.
Okay.
Mainly because of that.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed a lot of it, but then my story is like, then COVID, it was the turning point for me too. So,
yeah.
Yeah. When your dad got sick, how did you know? How did he find out that he was sick?
He played the drums in the church band.
That's right. He's so cool.
He is a cool guy.
What's your dad's name?
Jim. So he was drumming, and he told my mom that he couldn't keep rhythm. So he was like, something has to have happened. I can't keep rhythm. And then he had a Diet Coke can. I'm trying to think when it was. It was like at a family function, and we're all sitting there, and he had a Diet Coke in his hand, and he dropped it, but he kept going on with his conversation. He had no clue that he dropped it. And so come to find out, it was glioblastoma, which is brain cancer, which is very hard to get rid of. And never having cancer in any of our families or knowing very much about cancer. And so just kind of having to learn as we go. And
how old was he and how old were you?
He was in his 50s.
Yeah, so young.
So, and I was 32, 33.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Awful. I have two previous podcast guests. Jason Knoll, I don't know if you've ever met Jason, but you should. He's a survivor of a glioblastoma, which you don't meet very often. And he like runs world majors. He's incredible.
Oh, wow.
He lives here in Carmel.
Okay.
And then Colleen DeRiker, her dad is currently battling. So it's just like, how awful.
Yeah.
But how weird that's how you find. I always picture, you have like all these headaches.
Yeah.
And you're like,
no headaches. they eventually came.
Yeah.
But no, he had no clue.
How long did he live with cancer?
I want to say 2.5 years, 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
My brother had gotten engaged, and so he wanted to make sure he made it to the wedding, and so he was in remission during the wedding, and
wow.
And then I think it was probably September, and it had come back.
Yeah.
So, and at that point, it was just kind of like, he had all the radiation that he could, And so it was kind of, let's see what we can do, but we're just going to try to prolong life.
Yeah, like at this point, we're not trying to, that's so hard. Ugh, I'm so sorry.
But it taught me so much. He basically is the reason why Leonard and I live downtown.
Okay, so, talk more about that.
So Leonard had always had a job downtown. We always went to Mass Ave. We went to the Front Page, which, rest in peace, Front Page. Is no longer
I've
more.
heard of that.
It's where the Eagle is. So I have a hard time going into the Eagle.
Yeah, you're like this.
But so we always, our weekends were spent downtown, and my dad was like, why do you guys live, on the south side? You need to do what you want to do, and move downtown. It is so you guys, you need to live your life and do exactly what you want to do. He made a list of what food he wanted before he passed away. When he
oh my
probably
gosh.
Like January.
Okay, why don't you have that as a tattoo? That would be cool.
The list of
if
all
you had
the food.
written the list, yeah.
I should have.
Yeah.
We should go through it. I should ask my mom. I'm going to text her when we leave here.
Yeah.
Because she's actually moving. We're going through all of
Stuff.
My childhood.
Oh, okay.
So maybe I'll find that.
Yeah.
But he basically was like, we're going to do what I want to do. And you should be living a life like this.
Ugh.
And so I think that's why,
gosh.
And we haven't even talked like sweat house stuff.
I know.
But I
I'm
feel
like thinking,
that
this could be a 3-hour podcast.
Why, Leonard and I kind of live the life that we do, because it's important to us to do what we want to do and to kind of provide things for people that we think is important. And I think that's kind of why I'm in the position in the wellness industry. I just kind of leave it all out there.
Yeah.
I'm not the greatest runner. I do the Run 317s for fun. You may see me at Run 317 and you're like, oh, that's her. She's struggling. Yeah, I struggle. So don't.
That's her. I hope. Yeah. If you think, but I know what you mean.
I'm real.
Yeah. You're not the picture. I hate talking about this, but it's like the picture of a runner. People are like, oh, if you look like, and there is no looking like a runner.
Yeah.
If you run, that's what I say at the every beginning. You run, you're a runner.
Yeah. You kind of do you.
End of story.
I always do you.
Well, we've got to talk about Sweat House because we haven't talked about it.
Yes.
So tell people what it is. All right, Jeanette and I are going to get into what contrast therapy is in just a moment in this episode. This episode is brought to you by Sweat House. They are contrast therapy studios all over the US. I had always been curious about trying contrast therapy, and when I met Jeanette, I had the opportunity to do that, and now I find my body craves the feeling that I get from doing a session. So essentially, you book 60 minutes, you get a private suite, you do a sauna, it's an infrared sauna, then a vitamin C shower, and then a cold plunge for as long as you can handle it. I've worked up to 6 minutes or so. And if you're a runner, this is great for recovery. That heat and cold cycle helps flush the lactic acid out of fatigued muscles faster than just resting. It's been shown to seriously cut down on soreness after a tough workout, and it helps bring down inflammation and joint stiffness, which if you've ever hobbled down the stairs the day after a long run or a race, that is real. It also helps with sleep, which I know we can all use better sleep. And Jeanette and her team have studios in Broad Ripple, Carmel, Bottleworks, and then one opening in Fishers next year. You can go to sweathouse.com to find the location nearest you. That's Sweat. House is HOUZ. Book your first session using code ALLYB, ALLYB5. That's ALLYB5 for $5 off of your first session. Now, in a few minutes, you're going to hear all about it from Jeanette too. So I know you're going to want to try it out. And I know you're going to want to be part of the Dunk Club. This episode is also brought to you by Killa, Kila. And they are the first company making custom insoles out of actual super shoe foam. If someone has ever told you that you need to get fitted for an orthotic, or you're already running in one that you got from a run specialty store, or an old custom insert, this is who I'd point you to next. It is an upgrade, not the entry point. So that stiff, clunky feel when the rigid orthotics sits under a soft, modern trainer. Killa fixes that mismatch. Every insole is 3D printed from the same super shoe foam that is in carbon racing shoes, and it's molded to your exact feet and built in their own lab in San Diego, California. There is no clinic visit required, no markup. You scan your feet at home with your iPhone, just takes a couple minutes, and then they ship straight to your door. I have a pair in my everyday trainers. They feel great. Once you feel the difference, I don't think you're going to want to go back. Head to killarun.com. That's K-I-L-A run.com, and you can use code ALLYB, A-L-L-Y-B, for $50 off of your first order. That's killarun.com. Use code ALLYB. Thank you, Killa, for supporting this podcast and Runner's Feet. Now, back to my conversation with Jeanette. So tell people what it is.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't know what contrast therapy was, and I had never done it before until I met you.
Yeah. So contrast therapy is deliberate heat and cold exposure. So for Sweat House, that is your own private room with an infrared sauna, vitamin C shower to rinse all that sweat off, and a cold plunge. So doing this together helps inflammation, joint issues, muscle soreness. Crazy enough, it helps with sleep. I don't know if you've noticed, but the sleep that you get on a night that you do contrast therapy is very deep. So yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. So, and also great for anyone that has anxiety, depression, autoimmune issues.
Yeah.
It's great during the winter to help you with your immune system. So, and it's not just for the runner. It is for everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone. People ask all the time, like, oh, what's your demographic? Who are you playing towards? I'm like, everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone can use this.
Yeah.
So.
It is incredible. And I think I've said this to you that my body would like crave it.
Yeah.
Now that I know how I feel after and like during, I'm like, ooh, I really want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
And
nice.
you can get into the, you do the whole thing, get into the cold plunge. And sometimes I get out and then I'm like, I need to get back in. Like, I want more. And I'm always like, Leonard, are you okay in there in the sauna? Because I'm going to get back into the cold plunge.
Okay. I haven't gotten back in the cold plunge yet.
Yeah.
But that's
Do it. It's crazy because you think you're done. And then I get out and I start to dry myself off. And I'm
just
like,
I need a little.
Maybe like another minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long do you cold plunge usually?
5 minutes.
Okay.
But then like we have people that
Like
talk
Karen.
about it. Karen, exactly. Karen, she is a godsend to me, okay? I met her at, I don't even know what event it was. This was before we even had started construction. We were like out doing events just to like get the Sweat House
get the word
name.
out.
Met her once, starts following me on Instagram. I follow her back. We message, she's like ready for, she wants to be the first. She was the first Carmel pre-sale member.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
She's Lupus Warrior Princess on Instagram for anybody. And go listen to her.
Follow her.
Her episode too was really good of this podcast. Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah.
She was always there. She would watch our Instagram posts like, where are you at? Where are you at? I'm going to go. And they were all on Saturdays. So she would go run with the Carmel Run Club. And then she would find us and she'd say, what time were you going to be there till? And she would get there probably like 20 minutes till we were ending.
Yeah.
And she would be the last one. And she may sit in that cold plunge until like we clean everything else up. And she's like, do you need me to get out? I'm like, no.
You just hang out.
You just hang out.
Yeah. She told me, I think she's like, she can do 20 minutes or something crazy. I was like, wow. But it helps her.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I think it helps her all around with the lupus, but also she's a teacher.
Oh my
So
gosh.
all that stress and anxiety that build up. So yeah, she's one of our pre-sale members that we cherish.
How did you find Sweat House?
A friend of ours that is another business partner, he had suggested it.
Were you looking for a business?
We were looking for a business. In the fitness and wellness industry, Leonard was trying to find something for me to call my own. And I mean, look at it now,
Right.
But yeah, he had seen it and we went through 3 or 4 interviews. I mean, it was really, they pick you,
Yeah.
it's not just like, oh, you have the money.
Cool.
Here's the franchise. It's very, it's intense.
Yeah.
And so we did probably 3 interviews with the owner.
Where are they based out of?
Out of Atlanta.
Okay.
He is not the owner anymore, but he's moved on to crazy things. His mind is amazing. But so he was a Orange Theory, one of the largest Orange Theory franchise owners in the United States. And so with Orange Theory, I mean, if you're doing that all the time, you need.
Oh man. Yeah. If you could just walk right next door after an Orange Theory
and so that's
class.
what it was.
Yeah.
And so he started that. It was honestly first just sauna.
Okay.
And then he kind of read up on contrast therapy and was like, okay, I'm going to bring a cold plunge. So if you've ever gone to Atlanta and gone to one of the, what they call 1.0 studios.
Oh, they're different.
Yeah. It is a sauna in one room, a sauna and a shower.
Okay.
And then you have to get out of the room and go to another room to cold plunge.
Okay.
So we have 2.0s, which everything is in one room.
Which is very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can bring a friend. I went on my 40th birthday with my friend Kate, who had just turned 40 as well. Although she did not do the cold plunge.
I think I remember that
I was
video.
like trying to shove her in there.
Get in there.
Like, you can do this. It is going to be fine.
And I hate to, like, I don't want to, when we do events, I just want to push you in the water.
Right.
Like, get down. And I want everybody to just, we can do hard things.
Yeah.
And if you can get through that first 30 to 60
that's all
seconds.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Then you're fine.
Then you're going to be fine.
And I call it,
then your body goes
you're
numb and you can't feel
glorious after that.
Yeah. Yeah, then you're good. But yeah, it was really funny. I told her, okay, all you got to do is get in and get all the way in, because that's what Bailey, who works at your Carmel studio, told me the first time.
Yes.
And she also told me to dunk, which is funny because now I realize that's not like a normal occurrence.
There is, and I think that this is the silliest thing, and I would have to get on and ask, but one of the counties in one of the states will not let you dunk. Like, that is one of the criteria in their licensing. Because
how do they know?
I know, right?
I mean, if you post it on the internet,
Yeah. But here we're fine. We're fine, everyone.
You can dunk. You should dunk.
But I basically have, right now I have 7 public pools in Hamilton County. And I have soon to be 17 in Marion County.
Wow.
Because they're regulated as
That's
a public
hilarious.
pool.
Come swim.
Yeah, come to my
So
public
like
pool.
somebody could just be like, I demand to use your public pool.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm going to have to charge you.
Yeah, sorry, you're going to need to pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, and I'm glad too, we were talking about before we recorded, that people heard about it because of me, because I was going.
Yeah.
And
we had somebody come in last week and get a membership.
Thank you to whoever that is.
Well, thank you for showing it on Instagram.
It was fun.
But yeah, came in and we had met her at the Mini.
At the event?
Mm-hmm. So, and kids went back to school last week. And so that was her treat to herself.
Yeah. I mean, and it is a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is such a treat. Because I have a sauna at home, an infrared sauna. My husband got, I think, Christmas time around. And I still use that. Then you realize the sauna's not quite enough. Like, it doesn't do all that you need.
Yeah.
And so I find that if I'm not visiting Sweat House, that I'm taking a cold ass shower, which still doesn't do what you need.
It's hard to do, though.
Yeah. And the shower is different. It is different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would encourage everybody to try contrast therapy at least once.
Yeah.
Because it does feel so good, especially if you're
once, but I
training.
feel like you have to do it 2 times.
Yeah, to really get it.
To get it. I always tell people the first time, you're nervous, just like you are, your first race, your first workout at a new gym. You're nervous. You have anxiety. So you're not really able to kind of calm yourself as much as you should. So you do the first one, you're extremely nervous getting into that cold plunge.
Yeah.
And, maybe you only do 30, 40 seconds. You get out, you go home, and you're like, I could have done longer.
Right.
And so being able to come back, and we call that an encore.
Oh, right. That is right. You do call it that, which I love. That's
so you
smart.
have the intro, the encore. That second time, you know what you're expecting, and you know the feelings that you're going to feel, and you're a little bit more relaxed going into starting.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
So, and then I feel like you really get the whole
experience
whole
you're
experience.
supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I appreciate little things like details, and I just feel like Sweat House has thought about everything. Like the first time I didn't bring a water bottle because I didn't know about the fancy water thing that you can use.
Yeah.
And then, the scented cold towels and just like you can watch like Netflix if you want while you're in there. I mean, just it seems like everything has been thought of, and there's like a bag for all your, for me,
your
I
wet
come
clothes.
in like right after an 18 miler.
Yeah.
And, you know, was worried I wasn't going to be able to climb out of the tub.
You're like pushing the button, the panic
somebody
button.
get me out.
I need help in here.
And then the first time I went, I didn't bring a swimsuit, and so I went in my underwear and bra, and so that was kind of like, okay, I need to, because I should at least
and we
rinse it
probably
off,
had a
though.
swimsuit there.
I did acquire a hairbrush from your studio.
Did
that
you?
I love, actually. It sounds so
Okay.
gross, guys. I'm so sorry, but I forgot one, and I was drying my hair, and I forget who it was at the Carmel studio, but she was like, I have one in Lost and Found if you want me to like clean it off, and you can have it.
See?
Or use it. And I was
Above
like,
and
thank
beyond.
you. Absolutely above and
They
beyond.
cleaned
I
it
know.
off for you.
How many times a week do you dunk? Or not dunk, but like do a session?
I try to do 3.
Okay.
I'm lucky because I'm in the studios a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I can just,
Pop in.
Leonard,
and-
he's trying to get to 2.
Okay.
So we usually do 1 session a week together.
That's nice.
And that's just kind of our,
Yeah. Just a little special.
we don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that's
You're
like
always
our hour.
working. It's like, do you make a rule that you can't talk about work while you're in the studio? Because I feel like that would be so hard.
I don't know.
Probably not.
We don't have
Yeah.
that rule because
Yeah.
we definitely talk about work.
Gosh.
But it's
sure.
it's a good time, just 1 hour to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have shirts and it's like, see you in an hour.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute. The first time I did the cold plunge, well, I actually recommend if you're nervous about it, video yourself, because I was like, I got to do it. If I'm on video, I'm going to prove that I'm not a baby.
And if you follow me on Instagram, you know when I'm doing a session because I always post.
Yeah. So it's, so you get in and you're like, okay. And then I look at the clock and I realize, like, I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, shoot. It's counting down, not up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what time did I start? And then all of a sudden my brain's not working. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess we'll go from here. And I'm like trying to do the math.
I do a song.
Now I do my watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do a song.
Okay.
So
that's
I
smart.
usually put on Spotify. It's usually like 90s hip hop
That's
or
great.
something.
Yeah.
And I'll do 1 or 2 songs.
Okay. That's smart.
And I roughly know that that's about 5 minutes.
I feel like we need to put together a list of all these like pro tips.
Yes. Oh, we should do that. Okay.
Like all the things you should bring.
Yeah.
Because, every time I'm like, okay, do I have my brush? Do I have my clean clothes? Do I have
a
my deodorant?
bag.
Yeah, a bag.
I have a
that
Sweat
use.
House bag. It's in my car. It has every swimsuit I own, I think, in it.
That's funny, yeah.
And it's got deodorant. It's got my heat resistant like hair.
Oh, stuff that you put on. Yeah, product for your hair. Yeah.
When I dunk.
Okay, I also bought a
have it.
Dyson hairdryer because I used it at your studio, which I was like, ugh.
When we, I just
Cost me so much
that
money.
in the air straightener.
Yeah, I didn't use that. I haven't used that. I have like a competitor to it, and I
Okay.
don't use it very well.
I'm impressed with the air straightener, even though I will say, and
that
I
how you did
love
your
you
hair
all
today?
that make it. No, this
Okay.
is like just a little like crimper type
Okay, it's
thing.
cute, yeah.
But I love you all that use the air straightener, but it is the weirdest thing because it's like, I don't know if you've ever been in there when somebody
No, I
uses
haven't heard it before.
but it's blowing the air. So when you squeeze it,
It like squeezes the air out, and
and it's like,
squeaks.
so
That's
you know
hilarious.
when someone is like straightening their hair, not in the suite,
Yeah.
but
That's funny.
at the front desk, you're like, oh, somebody's straightening their hair. When we go, and it's on my list of orders this week because I'm getting all this stuff because Bottle Works is getting ready to open. But doing the Dysons, I'm going to ask them for like a little discount code and a QR.
You should.
Because I think
It's brilliant.
10, 15, 20% off.
Oh,
People
it's
ask
huge.
all the time.
Yeah.
And we need a Sweat House discount.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
see what
or
see
you
what happens.
personally should get one and be like,
Because
yeah.
there's so many times that people come in and say, do you get a discount? Like, can I get a discount
Yeah.
and buy this? Or like you said
Yeah.
you bought one.
Right. So now they've heard, well, nobody from Dyson probably listens to
We're
our
gonna tag
podcast,
them in the
but they
podcast.
should. Yeah. I mean, hello. Well, I've thought about that too. Like when I go on vacation, like my brain is so weird, but I think about product placement and Airbnbs and things like that. You're just like, this is such a great opportunity for people to try something
Yeah.
that maybe they've been curious about trying.
Yeah.
But like, where else are you going to try to use a Dyson?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean,
And I'm not
At
going
home?
to spend that kind of money and then return
right.
it.
Right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I digress, but If anyone's thinking about buying a Dyson, wait till we have a code. Please.
Wait till we have a code. We may have one here.
We're going to figure it out.
We're getting ready to open Bottle Works.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So we have Carmel and
Carmel and Broad Ripple are open.
That's right.
So Baby One, Broad Ripple, it opened in May of 2025.
Okay.
July 1st was Carmel of 2025.
Yep.
And then we're getting ready to open here in like, let's see, what's today? The 17th.
Okay.
Almost less than a month.
Whoa.
Yeah. Which this is like, what is it? We're going to release here pretty soon the date. I may even have it tomorrow, so I can't.
That's so exciting.
But
if you
close.
do, then I'll add it to the intro of this episode. But okay. Yeah, I'm also thinking now about Monumental. Are you guys going to be at Monumental? And then we're going to do an event at Monumental. I'm like,
so
can we do a cold plunge
it's really,
at an event?
I know. It's really hard. I find myself, like, we want to do so much with the community, but it's like costly.
Yeah.
And Monumental is a very hefty price.
Yeah.
Mini is very hefty price. Mm-hmm. So we try to do a lot of things that are low cost.
Smart.
So right now we don't have anything with Monumental, and I'm really bad about budgeting for things like that.
Yeah, it's hard.
So I want to be everywhere. So right now, no, you're not going to see us at Monumental, but you will have 2 locations that you will run by.
Crazy. That's so true.
Yeah, you're going to run by
Bottle Works and Broad Ripple.
And Broad Ripple.
You should just put the cold plunge outside and Broad Ripple. You're halfway.
I know you are. You're really halfway right there.
Yeah.
So last year we were out and we were like, we had a sign and it was like, you need a monumental recovery after this.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so we usually put like a digital gift code
in the packet or whatever. Yeah, that's cool.
So this year will be a little different since we have the 2 open. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we continue to grow, and it shocks me still every day though, because somebody's like, oh, I didn't know that you were here, or I didn't know what you were.
It's weird because you feel like you're yelling on the top of the roof, like, I'm here I am. Yeah. Like, oh, you didn't know this? But then you realize how much I think about myself and how much I'm aware of, like in my own bubble.
Yeah.
And
and people, so every year I feel like every race, it gets busier and busier the day of.
Well, I'm sure soon, I mean, if not already, like you're going to have to plan in advance if you want to book for races because.
Well, I think for Carmel, I think I even I knew Karen would want.
Right.
So I think I even text her and I was like,
you need to get a spot if you want one.
Get your name on the schedule because it will fill up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Do people think it's like a hot yoga studio or like do they confuse what it is?
People have really interesting thoughts of what it is. Some people think it's like Hot Works.
Yeah.
Or, hot yoga. Yeah. So it's just kind of like,
it's kind of
we're doing a lot more, I feel, a lot more educational things now. Mm-hmm. We may not take the plunge everywhere. And we're doing more of vendor spots, but educating and showing what it is. Because I feel like sometimes when we bring the cold plunge, that's all they think about.
Right, sure.
And so then, there's so much more. Mm-hmm. And so trying to get the education out there to get them in to understand and do a session to really feel what it is.
Well, it's almost like a spa treatment. I would equate it to that versus.
And I try to get people to get away from, we say experience all the time, but I want them to get it into their routine. Because an experience is, sometimes people look at that as a one-time thing.
Right.
And so this is something that you need to continue to do to continue to have that feeling. So it's about 60 minutes you need in the sauna a week and then 11 minutes in the cold plunge.
Okay.
To get the maximum.
The max benefits.
Yeah.
And then Fisher's opens next year?
Fisher's will be next year. It is under, I think it's called the AC Hotel.
Okay.
In the Union.
Okay.
And the Union is next to the event center. So we are under the hotel, so we have to wait until the hotel is up and running, and then we will start construction. But it's usually a 120-day build out.
Okay.
once we have possession, have the permits and everything. So it's not crazy time frame. So I'm excited for that one. We're close to Jet Set Pilates.
Okay.
And a few other, I think, what is it like? There's a candle shop.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
It's like soy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I should
so excited. Is that like your plan for like the establishing a presence, and then or do you have your eye on other?
No, not right now. We bought 4 licenses.
Okay.
So we're just kind of, I know we have people in like Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, Center Grove area, Bargersville. But right now that's, just
I know it's
dream.
a lot of work too. Like
it is.
to be having 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I have no kids, but these are
your babies.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because I was thinking about how to ask you about that. So you gave me an opportunity now, so now I will. But I was thinking when you said baby number 1 is this location, and then I had this one. Did you guys know from the get-go that you weren't going to have kids?
No. I mean, I kind of thought we would. I love like my cousins and all of their kids. We have nieces and nephews. Love doing things with them. Love taking them places. Our oldest is Alyssa, and she's 25.
Oh, fun.
And so she was kind of like our baby. We all kind of took care of her when she was growing up, and I really thought that we would. And I read a book, and I was like,
"Oh no!" A book about
becoming pregnant.
Well, that was a mistake.
That was a mistake. And so I didn't even get through the whole book.
That's
and
so
I asked
crazy.
Leonard, "Are you sure? Like, are having kids important to you?" And he was like, "Whatever happens, happens." We are so. I mean, you probably see, and all my employees are like, "You're crazy. You work all the time."
Yeah.
And so we have always been that. We've always been very hard workers, and work is very important to us. And so we like to work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
And we really thought, I don't want to give that up. And we started to see our friends, and, they weren't able to do stuff because they had kids.
Yep.
And we just kind of thought, maybe dogs.
Yeah.
And
that's
so
going to be my next question.
We had 2 dogs.
Okay.
And we had them from probably when they were 6 months old, and they both have passed away, but they were 18 when they passed away.
Stop it. I hope my dog lives till 18. He's 12. So he's getting old, but he's so spry, and I just don't want him to ever die.
I know. Ours, they lived downtown for the last, 7-8 years of their lives.
Yeah.
And walking around, and I think that kind of prolonged their life.
Yeah.
But yeah, 18, they were rocking it till 18.
Yeah, you raised some adults.
I did. They were like 100 and something. I don't even know.
Right,
what the
in dog years, I don't know either. That's too much. That's way too much math.
Yeah, it is. I'm not mathing.
Yeah. Do you have aspirations to do other types of races, like beyond a half marathon? Do you have aspirations to do a marathon?
Funny you asked that, because I'm doing a HYROX simulation. Yes.
Yeah, when?
In October.
What is that? A simulation?
It's basically a HYROX event.
Okay.
It is for people that are training for HYROX to, like, Nashville, I think, is in November. So they kind of like do one. It's at Myriad downtown.
Oh, so it's in Indy?
Yeah, it's in Indy. And you can sign up.
Okay, well, so
I'll have to give you that information.
You will, because I'm curious about it.
Yeah, so I've never done anything like this. I'm a little concerned, but I'm doing doubles. So Shane, he was our store manager in Broad Ripple. He's now our district.
Okay.
And he did one. When was it? It was probably March or April.
Okay.
And we are a sponsor, and so they give us one.
Oh, nice.
Entry. And so he took the challenge on.
Yeah.
I, on the other hand, decided I would sign up for their 6-week program to train.
Well, if
Because
people
I don't even know.
Okay. If people don't know what a HYROX is,
First,
they should.
I don't know what a HYROX is. I don't
either,
really know what I've
actually.
got myself into. I know I've got to run.
Yep.
I've got to push and pull the sled. I have to do burpees.
Yep.
I have to do lunges.
There's the
with
farmer's
the
carry.
sack,
Yep.
farmer's carry.
What are we missing?
Skier and row.
Yeah, the rowing. Right. It's a lot of different movements. And those are not movements that, I mean, some of those like burpees.
On the regular.
Maybe I do when I do my strength classes, like, and I do that once a week.
You have to do it the right way.
Right.
And so
there's rules.
Yeah, there's rules. I think Shane was in the middle of doing the lunges, and you have to put weight on your shoulders around you. And he set it down, and the lady's like, that's 5 seconds off your score or off your time, your end time. And he's, he's like, okay, because he's like, I can't do this. But he finished, he completed it. And so when they asked us to be a sponsor for this October one, they said we had another entry. And so I said, Shane, do you want to do that together? Which I feel like I need something right now to like strive towards.
Yeah.
That isn't work related. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
it will be. Well, I'm anxious to follow that journey.
Yeah. We will see. I will be posting it all over Instagram.
Yeah.
I start September 14th with the training.
The program. I want to do it.
And it's 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, because my husband does F45. Mm-hmm. He used to do CrossFit.
Okay.
And so he really likes that type of fitness
Yeah.
over just running.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'll ever get him back to running. I'm trying.
Yeah.
It might take, it's going to be a slow burn.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it'd be really cool if we could experience something together. And so HYROX would be so fun.
Oh,
but
yeah.
when you do doubles, when you do the couples, you have to do the men's weight, which I'm like, oh,
I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah.
Because I know I could do it if I was doing the women's.
Right.
But I've been talking to people, and they're like, you need Shane. Shane needs to do this. This is one of the obstacles that he's going to have to do.
Yeah, that's good to have
or
that advice.
Or Shane's going to have to do the majority of this one, and you're going to take on the rowing. So there's a lot of strategic
that's good
playing that you have to do, but you have to run together, and you got to think he's like giant over me.
Okay.
So he's going to have to he may have to walk to my run.
Okay, you're like, it takes 4 steps for me to go like one step of yours.
Yeah. So we'll see.
That's exciting.
We're gonna train, and that's like our little side gig, and something to look forward to, and an achievement that we can do that isn't Sweat House related,
right?
But still in the health and wellness.
The wellness community.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't wait. I've been very curious about it.
Yeah.
As a runner, I am constantly behind in my strength training.
Yeah.
I don't
but
love
I feel like
doing
some people
it,
don't realize that it is important.
So important. I would be
for runners.
so much better all around if I had a really, I was stronger.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
But you don't just get stronger by using the same muscles all the time.
Right.
So, yeah.
You got to switch it
That's
up,
really
change
cool.
it up.
I also saw that you went to a conference in Chicago.
Oh, Faces of Fitness.
Faces of Fitness, which I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
Could you tell people what that is?
Yeah. So Faces of Fitness is a music festival, but it's fitness.
I want to do that. Yeah.
It is so cool. So cool. And this year, Simone Biles was the headliner for the Sunday. So it's a 2-day event.
Okay.
The 2 days are very similar. There is stages. They on Saturday, there's 4 workouts going on at all times.
Wow.
So 4 different stages, and then Sunday it goes down to 1 stage, and everybody does everything together. And it is just a great workout. It's great to see all these people come together, every shape, every size, every color, and just be one.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And it kind of gives me chills thinking about it. You walk in, and it's just, you're kind of in awe. And it's got every wellness brand, whether it's drinks, whether it is vitamins, all the gyms are just surrounded by this workout.
Okay, before I ask you the end of the podcast questions, I want you to tell the story about your tattoo, because I mentioned the list of foods that your dad had on his list, on his list before he passed. But you also have this really beautiful scripted tattoo on your arm that I saw earlier that's from your grandma.
So all of my tattoos have some kind of meaning. I mean, most people do.
Yeah.
But these are it says love Grandpa and Grandma Burger. This was on a birthday card to me. She did it. She would always, whether we lived close or not, we always got $20 and a birthday card put in the mail to wherever we were living at the time. All like 30 plus of my cousins. And this was the last one that I got from her. And this was done the day before, 2 days before she passed away. So my grandpa actually had to tell me that there was a card coming in the mail for me from her. And so I kept the card. I still have it today. It's with like our wedding.
So cool.
You know, little packages and stuff. But yeah, so this was from her. I got it from Metamorphosis.
Oh yeah, that's where I got my ears pierced there a long time ago.
They're good.
Yeah,
They're good.
It's really pretty.
But yeah, so this is very important to me. And she's always with me. And he's always with me too.
When she passed on your birthday, you said.
She did.
Wild.
Both of my grandmas did. I didn't even say that when we were talking earlier. But
what?
My grandma E and my grandma B. Both my parents. April 6th. Yeah.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's okay.
Crazy.
So like not the same year, but different years?
Not the same year, different years. Yeah.
That you're like, you got to be kidding me, guys. I
know
know you're always with me, but this is a little rough. Like,
I think because I'm really bad with dates.
yeah.
They wanted to make sure I remembered. I don't know.
Clearly. That is so crazy.
Yeah. And I can laugh about it now.
Of course.
My grandma E, I didn't really know, like, I was so young, I didn't know.
Okay.
Because I was probably 6 or 7.
Okay.
And so that was kind of.
So your dad's mom or your mom's mom?
My dad's mom.
Okay.
And then my mom's mom, which is this, she had a really bad stroke. She was like out gardening. And so that, yeah.
Some wild stories.
I know. We could go on. And
mean, yeah. Like we could literally have a 3-hour episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. We dig in even more. Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to ask you then the podcast questions now. So the first one is, what is your favorite running song and or mantra?
Okay. So it's going to be a song and you'll hear it probably once a month on Instagram. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
Montel Jordan.
It's a classic.
This is how we do it. I love that song and I will play that song. Not the first one. It's not like number one when I start to run. But it's about 2 or 3. You know, because you start, and I feel like I start to run, and I am kind of in my head. I'm trying to get my breathing right. I always feel like I have anxiety at the beginning.
Yeah.
And so my mind is just all over. But probably about 10 minutes in is when I really start to listen to my music and jam out. And this is how we do it.
Excellent.
It may not be Friday night, but
yeah,
we're still doing it.
And then next finish line, we talked about HYROX.
Yeah.
So the simulation is what you're working towards, but then will you sign up for another one like next year, like a big one?
I don't know. I have a girlfriend that is doing HYROX and doing Nashville this year. She did New York earlier this year.
So cool.
And so there are talks of us doing it together. So we'll
you just have to see. Yeah. You're probably going to be like, I'm never doing this again. But that's like what always happens. Right?
I always say that when I finish the mini.
Yeah, right.
This is the last one.
Right.
I can't take this anymore. And then the next day I sign up again.
Yeah, you're like, fine, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
HYROX. I never knew about it until this guy that I ran the Marine Corps Marathon with last year, turns out is like the biggest running influencer, I feel like. He did this like dating thing where they did a dating series where you like got randomly paired with somebody.
Oh my gosh.
And his partner for a HYROX race, like for an event.
For a race?
And that was like their first date.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's like in conjunction with this dating app called Surf Dating. And so it's like a partnership, which I thought was brilliant. But he's still dating the girl.
I think that is amazing, though. But I also feel like when you're in your element and you're doing the HYROX or, you know, you're running or you're walking or you're doing anything health related, I feel like the connection that you get with people is like a totally
Way
different
different.
level.
Well, like my people I run with on Friday mornings like know way more about me than they probably want to.
Yeah.
Because it's just, those moments of connection and.
You're kind of vulnerable.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
at the same time, the people that you're with share some of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
I know I have this group chat. It's called Day One Baddies.
I like that.
It's my Day One girls because I go to Day One downtown.
Okay.
And there's probably 6 of us.
What is Day One?
Day One is a gym.
Okay.
And it's just strength training. It's an amazing gym. I love it. It works with you, and there's all kinds of, if you aren't feeling it that day or you're injured, very able to adapt.
Yep.
They have a class for 55 and older, and they'll, work out. And then some of them work out with us now because they've gotten themselves so healthy.
That's awesome.
Which is so cool to have, just like Sweat House, the whole, there's no, we're all one.
Okay.
There's no, I don't see age or, you don't see that.
You're like all in the even, like you're on the same playing field kind of a deal.
Yeah. And so I feel, that's exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. And what I inspire everything to be, like Sweat House related. It's not for one person. Day One isn't just for one person, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Day One Baddies.
That's awesome.
We usually, on a Saturday that we all work out together, go get coffee afterwards, or we're actually, Jen, my girlfriend, she's going to have her 500th class here coming up.
Jeez, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Talk about milestone.
Right?
Yeah.
500. And so we're going to do dinner afterwards. The baddies are going to be there. And so, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and I guess I didn't even ask you the question. Next finish line or milestone. I just said, well, we know about your HYROX. So anybody who doesn't listen to this podcast, that's what I usually ask. Your next finish line or milestone. And then your other milestone is BottleWorks.
Yes.
It's huge.
Yeah. September.
So
I want to
exciting.
say the day, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because I have it in my head, and
also I feel like it's got to be like hard because what if like there's like little things? I'm sure
Yeah.
there's so many things to button up.
Yeah. I mean, definitely Friday when the saunas get delivered, that will be check one of being able to release the date. So yeah, and then the plunge is the next week. So
really exciting.
Slowly coming together.
Awesome.
Very excited. It will be number 3, but it is within walking distance to my house. So
oh boy, that's huge.
yeah. They're all my babies, but this is
one
going to be
like
a little special.
Special baby.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations in advance.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for doing this. It's
Thank
so
you
much
for
fun.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thank Instagram and Mini for connecting us.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank goodness. All right. Well, happy running, everybody. Hey, thanks for listening. If you loved this episode, share, rate, review, go visit Sweat House, show them some love, and I'll be back again next Friday. Also, this was the first time I've ever used somebody else to edit the conversation portion of this podcast. I would love to know if you could tell the difference. So send me a DM, email, anything. I would love to hear your feedback. All right. Thanks. Bye.